Hey everyone, today I've got the first Purge movie review. The commencement of the first Purge has started, but do we pretty much know how this will all end? So, as far as the story goes, this is the prequel to the Purge series. Now, I actually loved the first Purge movie, and then I feel like slowly, as the sequel started coming out, they were not really as good as the original was. I always thought that the concept of this movie or these movies were just something completely crazy. Like, even in today's society, I always keep thinking, okay, we're either going to end in nuclear war or we're gonna eventually have the purge because of the state of this country and how people treat each other and just the mentality behind it. At first, I was kind of irritated at how they marketed this movie at first. Like, the first teaser trailer that came out sort of was reminiscent to what was going on in this past election. And then when I eventually saw the movie and saw what it was about, where it has the corporation behind the Purge isolating this one social experiment to, the maybe downtrodden of people. And they tried to pull it off, and I honestly feel like this movie was a waste of time because there really wasn't much to it. It had a very basic plot with just a lot of like razzle dazzle, like everybody's just going at each other, or they bring in people of their own when maybe people don't want to comply to this government's rules or expectations. And as far as the casting goes, there really wasn't anybody special to name that I found to be standout performances. I mean, it's like a very blah film, so it's exactly what you would expect. Nobody really impressed me. I was irritated about that one chick that, thought she was all like high and mighty. I was like, you know what? Maybe instead of you sitting behind a glass, you should, go out in the front lines and actually, deal with this and all these people purging and being crazy and feeling like they have to act out their violence, even if it's just for one night. It still really was irritating. But I mean, the one thing I would say that I liked about this movie was that, you do see those same themes of, horror going on. It was, not exactly terrifying to watch, but you do still see that consistency. So this is a Bad Love Review contender because, let's face it, these movies have gone downhill since the first one came out, and the fact that this was a prequel just made it kind of worse because really they didn't explain everything as to how this all sort of started, because it kind of seems like going back to watching the other movies, you're just seeing it years in advance that this whole thing was still going on. So obviously you see the whole outcome of this experiment develop, but then they just sort of rushed into explaining and showing the development of this one experiment. Things that I didn't really like about this movie was that, while it was dark in tone, it really, it just didn't feel, as scary as, I was hoping it to be. I feel like a lot of times it was slow moving, the build up to getting to the actual events that were to unfold, just really boring to watch. Everything just did not pique my interest because it was pretty much everything that we wanted to see, even though they were trying to start, they wanted to show how, like, they would film the experiment and monitor everybody purging. And yeah, that was a cool concept to see, but it really didn't go anywhere, and it was just a bunch of just showing visually what it would look like and, how it would feel to be out there purging. And so it really you know, didn't impress me as much as I thought it was going to be. But then again, I felt like this was one of those sort of like forgettable Purge films. And I've definitely seen a lot better of this genre. So overall, I would say that the first Purge really, you know, was a letdown, but I really wasn't expecting anything like, you know, Oscar worthy, so to speak. And, you know, it's just one of those throwaway films that I feel like I actually prefer to watch the other previous Purge movies than I would this. And so I would not recommend seeing this movie, but if you guys have enjoyed watching the other Purge movies, which one was your favorite? So I would give this 0.5 hearts on the heart rate scale. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought of the first Purge. And as always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates coming every week for a Trail Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. And I will see you guys later.